Right then, here goes. This is the blast that I feel it needs to be said, because nobody's making a stand, are they? I love boxing, it's close to my heart. But what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing circus acts and the fans being ripped off. We all know my feelings on Tyson Fury's opponent. Now, if Tyson Fury had come out and just been quiet and said, yeah, I'm coming back to fight, this is my comeback fight, just gone about his business quietly like George Foreman did in late 80s, I'd have said well done, you know. But they've come back with all this hype. It's not on pay-per-view, so it doesn't need all this hype, does it? If Tyson Fury were any good, it'd sell itself, wouldn't it? It's not sold out. It's not sold 15,000. I spoke to somebody today. It's all a load of crap. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if he's fighting guys like that, he should be quietly under radar, because they don't need no hype for pay-per-view, does it? Just come back, have your 4 or 5 fights, and then fight somebody decent. Now, you didn't want to fight Louis Ortiz, did you? Or Vladimir rematch? What, for whatever reasons, I know that people can say politics, but this fighter that Tyson's fighting is shocking, and to say I know Tyson, and I'm a bit disappointed, because we've got a lot of hype around this fight, haven't we? They're generating hype, but you know, they didn't name an opponent till 2 weeks ago. It's a shocker. They've got the Wheelstone Raider, whoever he is. Where they dug him up from, I don't know. He turned up at a press conference. Do me a favour, I'm the Wheelstone Raider, ain't I? What on earth is that? It's bizarre. It's not boxing to me. It's circus acts. You've got IFL running round, interviewing them all. They must have had, I've counted, if you count the sparring sessions in the, is it Manchester Museum where they're doing the press days, they've had like 12 lots of press conferences and media days for this. 12, and they named their opponent with 2 weeks to go. It's shocking. They've got Cougar Cassius not answering the right questions. Tyson says to him, oh, Sarifi's a dangerous opponent, where could I have got a more dangerous opponent? He can knock me out with either hand. Coogan should be turning around and saying, because he's been in boxing long enough, Coogan, he should be turning around and saying, Tyson, where have you dug this guy up from? But he's not. He's putting tweets out, being Tyson Fury's PR guy, saying he's paid 50 people to have the Nando's. Paid for 50 people to have a Nando's. Well, that's an extra 50 tickets on gate, innit? But it is what it is, innit? It's Tyson's better than that. He's the Lanil heavyweight champion of the world. He's Muhammad Ali coming back. But Ali didn't fight guys like this, did he, when he come back? He fought guys like Jerry Quarry and Oscar Bonavida. I might be wrong on that, but I know he fought Jerry Quarry. Oscar Benavides, did he fight him? I think he did. I can't remember if that was on his comeback, but it's shocking. And the Wheelstone Raider were just cringe, wasn't it? I mean, these 15 minutes of fame's got to be up, haven't they? But that is just cringe. And then IFL are giving him an interview, this Wheelstone Raider. I mean, you know, you've got that, and you've got, what's this Ben Davidson's role in it all? He's 25-year-old, he's not experienced enough to be taking Lanil heavyweight champions at World on. I mean, you know, it looks to me like he's just the butt of everybody's joke. What's going on? But I just feel for Mick Hennessy and Peter Fury myself. They've took him to the lottery winning ticket and he's thrown the ticket away, or he's given it to Frank Warren, hasn't he? I feel for him, and as far as I'm concerned, it's all in bad taste, and it is what it is. Tyson will probably pull me about it, my comments when he sees me. I'm not happy with it all, how it's gone. It was a great story, and it's turned into, I don't know. I think it's a mess, and I think he could have fought Bryant Jennings or any of them top 10 guys, come back and shown he was serious. But if you're going to fight these guys, you've got to go under the radar, aren't you, like George Foreman did. You can't have all this hype, saying you beat Wilder, you beat Joshua, you beat Dillian Whyte, you beat Bellew, and then fighting this guy. So I'm going to have to agree with Tony Bellew on this, that it's shocking. Tony Bellew had disposed of this guy inside 3 rounds with that left hook. Dillian Whyte had disposed of him inside 3 rounds, because they're active guys, aren't they? But anyway, the Matchroom show last night didn't show me anything really that I didn't know. I was surprised that Bellotti got beat, but he was there for taking Reese Bellotti. So well done to the guy who beat him. I was impressed by that Doyle beating Bellotti. I was impressed by a Coley, but he's got a bit big his cruiserweight in Will, the Coley, ain't he really? He's already bashed Joshua up in sparring twice. That's why Joshua signed him to be his manager. So it is what it is, but you can look at WHYTE and a Coley. They're going to end up now world champions. They'll get vacant belts. They will be matched accordingly and put in the right fights at the right time. They're going to get carte blanche because they've signed with the right person, aren't they, Joshua? Eddie Hearn's going to do anything that Joshua says. If Joshua says Eddie jump, he's going to go, ow, aye, Anthony, ow, aye. Innit? That's what's going to happen there. The dog is definitely wagging the tail. So it is what it is, innit? Nothing else on that show yesterday impressed me at all. I'm hearing talk about Anthony Fowler fighting Eggington. Why is that? Eggington's a British Commonwealth European champion. Fowler's not got any of them belts, has he? So how can Fowler jump in with a guy that highly rated? How? Is he trying to take shortcuts? Or has Eggington been fed if he fights? I don't know, but I'd like to see Anthony Fowler fight Frankie Gavin at 154. I think Frankie Gavin takes him to school. But Fowler needs to earn his pay, doesn't he? What has he, 6 or 7 fights? He's just talking about beating a guy who's won European title and world ranked. The fighters nowadays think they've got a sense of entitlement. We're in an era where nobody wants to fight anybody. They're all businessmen. Now I've seen people on Twitter now giving Dillian Whyte praise for fighting Parker. Why doesn't he praise for fighting Parker, Dillian Whyte? Why? He's #1 ranked for WBC and IBF. All he's got to do is beat Pulev or beat Ortiz. I don't want to hear all this about purse bids and they haven't got the money and all that. Well, if they haven't got the money for the purse bid for the Dillian Whyte Pulev fight, the IBF, by their rules per page, go onto IBF website. If you haven't got the money by a certain date to put the deposit down on a purse bid winning bid, it goes to the next guy, which is Eddie Hearn, 831 grand. So Eddie, pull your 830 grand up, 831, and let Dillian Whyte fight Pulev. No, you're not going to do that, are you, Eddie? No, you're not going to do that. You're going to want to feed us. You're going to want to charge us pay-per-view. So Dillian Whyte fights Parker in and you know that film, Another 48 Hours? They make another one, don't they, called Yet Another 48 Hours. Then yet another bloody 48 hours. Well, this is yet another. So sorry. It's Sky Boxing pay-per-view with no title fight, and this one could be called Yet Another Sky pay-per-view with no title fight. Because we've had 2 with Bellew, haven't we, and Hay, and Cleverly, and Bellew, and then Hay, Bellew again. Now we've got Dillian Whyte Parker in yet another pay-per-view with no title on the line. Is this where boxing's going? Well, I hope so, because I don't want to see belts anymore. Maybe this is the way the future's going to be, but at this moment in time, belts mean something. So while they mean something, I want to see pay-per-view fights in world title fights. I'm another voice for the media, for all you out there. I'm just somebody else who's worked in boxing for a year and left Dennis Hobson, because I don't work with Dennis no more. But I love the man and I've always got his back, but I can't work with boxing with him. I can't keep doing these videos and having people like Tony Bellew ringing Dennis up complaining about me, or other people complaining what I say and do. I can't have it, and it's not fair on Dennis, so I need to do my own thing. Me and Rico are flying with this channel at the moment. We've got K Official on board. We're in talks with other people, and things that he sort of took off the channel. And I'm not going to take a penny of it out of anything we generate. It's going to Mick Wales Gym in Mexborough. So before all you do-gooders get on board and say, "Oh, Porky said you never take any money out of boxing." Well, I'm not. I don't need to take any money out of boxing. I'm in a privileged position. But I might not always be in a privileged position. I might, you know, need to take a bit of petrol money out every now and then because I don't want to be mugged off, do I? But at this moment in time, I don't need anything. And I just love doing what I'm doing at the moment. I'm really, really enjoying it. People seem to be listening, and somewhat love I get, somewhat love I'm getting, on my messages, and that's great. It's outweighing the hate that I keep getting off people, you know, who want to take piss at me playing pool or basketball or whatever. Look, when I'm lifting weights or playing pool or playing basketball and it's on camera, it's only for a bit of fun. It's light-hearted entertainment. It don't mean I'm the best basketball player or the best weightlifter or the best pool player, although I'm close to getting a pro card. But that, it don't mean anything. It's just, don't take it as serious. Just taking it as me having a laugh, and, you know, a laugh and a joke. But the channel's going really good, so I'm not working with Dennis now, which is a shame, but it's not fair on him, me ranting and raving, because he's a good bloke, Dennis. I can't keep having people complaining. But while I'm on this subject, Tony Bellew didn't like that I said he's a fraud. Now, I believe Tony Bellew is a fraud. There's an interview on IFL where he says, "I don't want to fight him, he's a hard fight. I want to fight him, it's an easier fight." So while everybody's saying things like that, that's a fraud. British, Commonwealth, European and world title fights, all vacant belts. I don't count them. Don't count them. That's just how I am. You know, unless it's like, you know, the number 1 and number 2 ranked guy in the division like Frotch and Pascal going for a WBC, I don't really count them. Or if the guy's vacated, not where you've got things going on behind the scenes. Macabo and Bellew were hardly number 1 and number 2, were they? Come on. Oh my God. And all them other belts that Bellew's got. What was that guy you went European with? Total con man. Started off as a light heavyweight trying to con us when really he's in heavyweight, so he says. You don't know what he is, he's got that many faces, but the guy's a fraud. 3 pay-per-views Tony Bellew's got. Like I said this now, I'm not working with them. Well, I'm mates with them, I'm not working with them, so I can say this. If anybody's got any complaints, direct them to me and not Dennis Hobson's office. Bellew's had 3 pay-per-views and none of them have been for a title fight. Cleverly he dragged up £25 and David A shot to death in both fights. David A's proper had boxing off, hasn't he? He's like raped boxing in a big way, hasn't he? And Bellew now, he's talking with Tyson Fury to get fights going on behind the scenes. Bellew will have a hard fight sooner or later, but it'll be his cash out fight where he knows he's going to lose, because fighters, they very rarely get out of boxing on a win. No, unless they're injured. Marciano were injured, Frotch got out, the time were right and he made a shed load of money. Lennox got out, he nearly got beat, he made a shed load. They're the very rare few. Calzaghe, it were coming to end for him, he'd been dropped in his last 2 fights. But Bellew, greedy people like Bellew, they'll keep coming back and back and back. And then Bellew will go to MMA and have a payday off that, because that's how the mind works. They're not bothered about you, the fans. Same as Conor McGregor's not bothered about you people. All they want is money, 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 money. It's like that ABBA song, isn't it? Money, money, money. That's all they're bothered about. But that show last night at Matchroom's at York Hall, everybody was sweating their arses off in there. A load of crap. I thought it was crap. Wednesday night on a York Hall, Big Time Charlie. So no, I wasn't impressed by that. Frank Warren's comments today. Oh, let's go through it. Paulie Upton got beat by Cheeseman, didn't he? Bellotti got beat by Doyle. They both got knocked out, didn't they? So well done Doyle, well done Cheeseman, well done Coley. They all dropped them. They were hyped up as 50-50s, load of crap, wasn't it? Although you could say Bellotti one were a 50-50. But the IBF I want to talk about. Taking Triple G's belt off him. Well, it was only going to be a matter of time, wasn't it? You can't. These sanctioning bodies, they don't let people have an undisputed champion for long. They don't allow it. They smother you because they want the belt split up. IBF want that belt out 3 times a year. Now, if he's got all the belts and he's fighting other managers, they're only going to get out once a year if they're lucky, aren't they? They want that belt out 3 times a year on its own, really. They don't like sharing the money, so it is what it is, isn't it? This is why we should have one belt or just sack all lot. Let's not I mean, Eddie Hearn's now saying it, but do belts matter? For White and Parker, do belts matter? But any other time he's saying belts matter, so they can flip it up like a coin, can't they, up and down? But as far as I'm concerned, they're all jokers, aren't they? IBF, WBO, WBC, WBA, they're terrible, WBA, and IBO, a lot of them are jokers. I've got a bit of respect for IBO, but the rest of them, I ain't even got respect for Ring Magazine now. They've all got their own agendas, haven't they? Even Oscar De La Hoya has. It's just... Bernard Hopkins had about 9 Ring Magazine covers, hasn't he? Jesus. 6 of them while they were fighting at light heavyweight against nobodies. Only decent win he's got at light heavyweight, it's really Pascal, isn't it? I don't rate any of his other wins. But it is what it is, isn't it? But we've covered the Matchroom show last night. Next gen load of crap. I'll cover this one in a minute, this other one. Then you've got Frank Warren load of crap. Flanagan. Frank Warren's come out this morning and said Flanagan beating Hooker will be his Ricky Hatton moment when he beat Costa Zoo. Well, when Ricky Hatton beat Costa Zoo, he left Frank Warren, didn't he? He went to Dennis Hobson. He had 4 fights with Dennis, 1 in Sheffield, 3 in America. So will Terry Flanagan be leaving Frank after he beats Hooker? 34-0. 2 weight divisions, will he go to Eddie Hearn? I very much doubt it, because who is Terry Flanagan? Does anybody know him? 34 fights, 2 weight divisions he'll be after the weekend. Nobody knows him, do they? You know, he's not a millionaire. Nobody'd know him if he walked into a pizza hut on a Saturday night. Nobody'd know him, so how can it be a Hatton moment? He doesn't do 100 tickets, so it is what it is, isn't it? Steve Wood, I don't think he's done good for Flanagan. Not good at all. It is what it is, isn't it? He's done better for Josh Warrington, hasn't he? But Flanagan, the public have just not got behind him, have they? That's my opinion on him. And I don't know where Frank's going with his Hatton moment if he beats Hooker. Frank, you need to pack it in, mate, and go get a job at Tesco with Joe Gallagher. No, I don't mean that, Joe. Quite like Joe Gallagher this month. He's been quite quiet, hasn't he? He's off at Radar. Good trainer. Let's have a look what else we've got. We're building up to something big here, aren't we? Fury. Tyson Fury could have picked an easier fight, he told Coogan Cassius, who just sat there saying nothing. Yeah, Tyson's interview with Coogan Cassius, I had to turn it off once he said he could have picked an easier fight than this. Fucking hell, how easy could it have been? Oh my god! Oh my god, Tyson! I couldn't believe it. What are we seeing here? What are we seeing? Are we seeing these events? Is Tyson going to come back and have 4 shows like this, all events? And people are going to put up with it? Do people just want to watch events, or are they hardcore like me? What are we seeing here? What? You know, I don't even think Dennis Hobson would do this. Even he'd have better fights than this out. And that's saying something, but why didn't all them media guys at that presser ask Warren what's going on? How do you expect to get BT Sport pay-per-view with his show, Russell? Yeah, I mean, you've got all these big media guys, Gareth Davis, all them lot, Coogan Cassius, all the big hitters were all there, and they stood and watched this guy and all started laughing and joking when this cringy little tramp crackhead walked in off street with an head like a skull. He was like a mini Ronald McIntosh. Walked in, do me a favour, I'm the Wheelstone Raider. What on earth was that? Or why ain't anybody asking Frank Warren a simple question like, Frank, do you think this guy is good enough for Tyson's comeback? And then they're more or less talking around it, saying, well, we've got to give him an easy one. He's been out all this long. Why? He's done 300 round boxing with guys who are ranked highly. So why are we giving him an easy ride? He's lineal heavyweight champion at world. You can't do this. That belt, you know what I mean? He needs that title taken off him. It's embarrassing. That belt, he can't carry that ring belt into the ring. Surely to God. You can't carry that belt into the ring, Tyson. You can't do. Why aren't these people saying, well, Frank, here's a simple one. Frank, it's Gareth Davies from the Daily Mail. Frank, what other guys were in the mix for Tyson Fury to fight? What other guys, and what phone calls did you make, and why weren't these guys fighting Tyson? Who? Because we're not hearing anything. Who was in the running to fight Tyson Fury? Who? Come on. He's mastered the art of hit and not getting hit, we're told. Well, this guy's got no chance of hitting him then, so what are we going to do? See a masterclass against this guy? Come on. Come on. Fucking hell. Unbelievable. Shocking, but no.
Coping quite well still this evening.
21 minutes, which brings me to, I think we're nearly getting there, folks. We're nearly getting there. Which brings me to, let me just shut the windows up while I rant here, because I don't want these people around here hearing what I'm going to say. Are you ready for this, boys and girls? White against Parker, pay-per-view. Die! 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 How can that be fucking pay-per-view? How can Parker and White be pay-per-view? How? How can that be pay-per-view? White versus fucking Parker pay-per-view. When Adam Smith said to Mick Hennessy now, Hughie Fury against Parker, that's not pay-per-view. We won't even have that on our normal channel. Are these people for fucking real? Are these people for fucking real? Parker doesn't sell a ticket. He didn't bring 30 fans over. The ones that came already lived here. And you've got Dillian White. He doesn't do 500 tickets in his hometown. For fuck's sake, man. Get with fucking program, man. Fucking hell. Fuck. Fucking die. I'm fucking telling you. How much fucking longer do we have to put up with this shit? Get in. How much longer do we have to put up with this fucking nonsense? It's utter crap. It's utter fucking crap, man. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Dillian White, right? Dillian White's down to fight Ortiz, isn't he? What are we on here? 23. Dillian White's down to fight Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is the WBC main guy. White fights him, he gets Wilder. Wilder, where you at? Wilder, where you at? Well, beat Ortiz, you get Wilder. He don't get any playing, and now he's got to fight Parker to get Joshua. Because Parker's an easier fight, innit? Plus to get a pay-per-view off it, they get to rip you lot off the fans. And then he gets Joshua. So we're going to have Joshua against Parker or White. Who'd want to see Joshua Parker again? Fucking hell, man. Who'd want to see that again? So Joshua can stop him and say, everybody I've stopped, I've not, everybody I've fought, I've stopped. Who'd want to see Joshua White again? I wouldn't want to see that again, would you? But Barry Hearn does, he's one pushing it. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I just can't believe it. And you know, you've got all these people at that press conference today. I don't even need to look on the internet to know that they will all be rimming them. Parker, hey, I didn't see this coming because it's that bad. I didn't see it coming. It's like a Kell Brook Golovkin moment, innit? Kell Brook Golovkin. Jesus, we didn't see that coming, did we? But Parker against White, yeah, it'd be a decent fight, wouldn't it, if it weren't pay-per-view? I'd get behind it, but they can't charge pay-per-view for that. Oh my God, how can they charge pay-per-view for that? It's shocking, isn't it? How is that pay per fucking view? They are utter helmets. Adam Smith is a helmet. Sky already have wheeled out Johnny Nelson and Spencer Fearon to big it up. It's classic Matchroom, isn't it, as Brian King says on his thing. Classic Matchroom. There's no way on this earth that this could be down as a pay-per-view fight. Dillian Whyte and Parker, they're not even from England. Dillian Whyte's Jamaican, innit? And Parker's New Zealand. How can it be pay-per-view? How can this be pay-per-view? Are they really scraping the barrel that they feel that they have to get pay-per-view fights out? Kell Brook's not available for pay-per-view. Amir Khan's not available. Bellew's just had 2 farce pay-per-views. Joshua looks like he's just going to fight twice a year now, so they've got to rinse 4 to 6 more pay-per-views out. Is this where it's going? Is this where it's going? What next? Tony Bellew against James Toney. He's an all-time great against Bellew. He were in a Rocky film. Or are we going to have Bellew cashing out against Andre Ward? Carl Froch were told Andre Ward against Carl Froch isn't pay-per-view in the Super 6 final. That's not pay-per-view, but yeah, they could potentially put Ward and Bellew in a pay-per-view. What would Carl Froch think about that? He only had 3 pay-per-views. White's already had 2. Bellew's had 3. Kell Brook's had 3. It's unbelievable what's going on. Totally and utterly unbelievable. Look at this lot going through this here. Tweets coming through. It's shocking, isn't it? It is what it is. It's terrible. I'm going to do a better video tomorrow because I'm going out now. I've got a meeting, but it's shocking, and everybody should be cancelling the Sky subscription. Cancel your Sky, cancel your Box Nation, slate Eddie Hearn on Twitter. But they're not bothered, the machines, aren't they? Dillian Whyte must be thinking he's won the lottery. Who has he beat, Dillian Whyte? He knocked a doorman out, 39-year-old Lucas Big Daddy Brown. Parker's a former world champion, Adam Smith says on Sky News. Parker's not beat a world champion, so how's he a former champion? It's a fucking farce. It's embarrassing. And Sky Sports should be ashamed of themselves putting this out. I can't believe that they're actually getting away with it. It's shocking, and I hope they all die of AIDS. Now, I don't really hope they die of AIDS. I just hope that the show dies of AIDS. I hope the show dies of death. I hope everybody pulls out and fans don't get ripped off, because it's really, really bad. And I'm advising everybody not to buy it. Get a free stream. Go to VIPbox.com for a free stream, or Google 10 free boxing streams on the day of the fight and work through all of them and log them all into your computer as favourites and keep working through them as they get cut out every hour, and you'll find a good one. But don't pay 20 quid for this. He's already put it up 3 quid, hasn't he, Eddie Hearn? It's embarrassing. Do not pay for this. It's shocking. Fucking, I can't believe that they're getting away with it. Sky are that desperate. Eddie Hearn's rotor of fighters is now his week. When they're digging up Dillian Whyte on back of beating who? Dave Allen and Lewinson and Chisora, life, and Derek Chisora's got to be. He had a life and death with Dillian Whyte, didn't he? Chisora, he's got to be spitting, hasn't he? Chisora missing all this. Oh my God. What next? White against Chisora and then cashing out against Joyce. Dillian Whyte, he's not a pay-per-view fighter. Bellew's not a pay-per-view. But Parker, there's no flies in him, is there? Yet another pay-per-view for him. Jesus! I mean, it's shocking. And why are people allowing this? Let me just go through this, because they're only half an hour, these videos. We've covered Tyson Fury, Doyle, Flanagan, Watkins got beat. We need a catch weight system between 175 and 200 pounds. We could make 3 more weight divisions and stretch super cruiser to 210. We could have a light cruiser, a super light heavyweight. You could divide it all between 175 and 210 pounds, because you've got a Coley, he's a massive heavyweight, beating pumped up light heavies. It's no good. Somebody's going to get seriously hurt. But Dillian Whyte, for me, takes the biscuit with Parker. How is that pay-per-view. It's shocking, and I'm running out of seconds. So I'm going to do a better video tomorrow. Keep on trucking. Shout out K Official. Shout out Ledger Frames of Conservatives, Conisbee Doncaster. Peace out. Porky's Corner YouTube. All the best. Keep on trucking. Keep following me. Leave your questions in the thing underneath the video. At Big Vern 44 Twitter. Peace.